Okay, so here's the hint problem for this, and I know you watch these versus watching the example problem. So in this case, we need two pieces of information. Now, on the test, you won't actually have the answer boxes to guide you, so you'll need to know. But as you remember, area is equal to 1/2 base times height, like that. And so we'll call the base right here, we'll just call this B, and we'll call the height H. And we're going to actually fill in those values. And once you remember, you're going to round those values to the nearest tenth, and then we use the rounded values to calculate the next value. And that's going to be important later. All right, so let's first find the H, the height. So if we see here, this 42, by the way, is referring to this angle right here. All right, so make sure you are using the proper angle. It's a little bit confusing, but it's definitely closer to that angle than this. And so we have 28. We have 28 is R right here. So if we use SOHCAHTOA, 28 is the opposite side, and this H, the height, is the adjacent side. So we're using, sorry, not cosine, we're using tangent. Right? So we're going to use tangent. So what I would do is I would say tangent of 42 is equal to 28 over H. Now when we flip this around, remember extremes and means, what you can do is flip this H and tan 42. And so H over 1 is equal to 28 over tangent 42. All we did was we flopped places between the H and the tan 22. And of course, H over 1, you don't even really need the over 1. So you would then just take this and plug it into your calculator. 28 divided by 42, hit the tan button, and then hit equals. And you get H is some value like this. So we can actually come up here and erase the H, and you would put that value here, rounded to the nearest tenth. Now to find B, and we'll switch up the color, let's make it green. So B, right here, we're actually going to use this height that I calculated, the H in the first problem, right? So now we're working off this 22, and once again, it's a tangent, right? So because my purple line here is the opposite and the B is the adjacent, so I would say tangent of 22 is equal to whatever your rounded value is, right, to 1 decimal place, and it might be, this might be a 2-digit number, I'm not sure, divided by B is equal to tan 22. Once again, just like we did before, we can swap the B and the tan 22, and I get B is equal to whatever my earlier value was, rounded to the nearest tenth, divided by tangent of 22. You type that into your calculator, you get B is equal to some value like this. And then once again, this might be a 2-digit number, but it's rounded to the nearest tenth. Right? Second value. And then all it is once you have these two values, it's just your rounded values. And so to find the area, what we're going to do is we already have the height, so we're going to do area is equal to 1/2 times your base that you found here in green plus 28, right? That's these two combined, times the height that you found for your H. And you just type that in your calculator, plug it into the area, and that should give you your final answer.